would you do a remake to Terminator? Would you focus on the AI side of it? I mean, for me, I would go back to the first film. The worst thing to ever happen to the Terminator franchise was Terminator 2. Obviously, I love Terminator 2, but Terminator 2 took this kind of small, scrappy, hybrid film. It's a little horror, it's a little bit of a slasher, it's action, it's sci-fi, it's time travel. It's got all this stuff kind of combined, and it turned it into this big, gigantic action blockbuster that is, it's sci-fi action, but it's a little bit more straightforward. It's very mainstream. And it was the highest grossing film of that year. And so then they went, we want to keep doing that. And so they've made every Terminator film since then a Terminator 2 clone. They're trying to be a big, gigantic blockbuster with broad appeal. Some of them are even PG-13. And you go, we're moving away from what made this interesting at the beginning. So let's go back to where we started, the first film, which was a really smart script that pulls in a bunch of influences, a bunch of different genres. And it's clever. It's exciting as an action movie. It's tense and thrilling like a horror film. If you like sci-fi, it has a lore to it. It has a twist that you go, oh, when you get to the end of the film. We go back to that. So for me, I don't think you couldn't do it now. If they hadn't done Dark Fate, I would say at the 40th anniversary, let's go back, make a Terminator movie for $50 million and get Lee Whannell to do it. Especially after having seen what he did with Upgrade. Do that. He's got $50 million, so you can do a lot with that if you've got a sharp, smart script. We're not trying to do the biggest spectacle or anything like that. No. We're getting back to that original, there's a Terminator stalking a woman and a soldier that is desperately trying to save her. And what is the unique spin on it? That's the tricky part. To an extent, I think it's been 40 years. We're now at, the first Terminator's 40 years old. If you rewatch it, there's effects in it that look bad. There's a scene with a fake Arnold head where he cuts his eye out and it looks bad because it wasn't a movie with a gigantic budget. They were working with some fantastic talent with Ray Winston, but we're still talking about, is that the right name? We are talking about 40 years ago. There's only so much you could do. So I think even to that extent, this took place in the 80s versus right now we're in the world of AI. So I think there is quite a bit more that you could start to kind of build that out a little bit of in the present timeline. You can see where they would be trying to stop some things and maybe work that into it. But I don't know how much if you focus in on the AI side that you just kind of lose what's actually interesting. There's a side to it. You can play around with that at a point. But I mean, Terminator 2 already kind of went down this path of, what does it mean to be human? And when does a human become a Terminator? When does a Terminator become a father figure? We've already kind of done some of that stuff. And so getting back to just a sharp, thrilling script is kind of where I would go with some of it. Most of these clips are pulled from my Patreon live streams. I do about 6 live streams every single month. For $2 per month, $20 per year, you can get access to all the exclusive videos and live streams. For $5 per month, you get your name on my end card. At the top tier, you get a 30-minute video chat with me each month. The link down below in the description has more information.